From the Caribbean News Desk, the morning edition. Good morning. I'm Kendol Morgan.
And I'm Denis Chabrol with the latest from across the Caribbean.
The United States Treasury Department's Office of Foreign Assets Control has frozen the assets of wealthy Guyanese businessman Nasser Mohammed and his son Azruddin. The U.S. accuses the Mohammeds of evading $50 million in duty taxes to the Guyana government between 2019 and 2023, related to the import and export of more than 10,000 kilograms of gold. Hours after the U.S. accused the then permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Home Affairs, May Thomas, of using her position to offer benefits to Mohammed's enterprise and Azruddin, among others, in exchange for cash payments and high-value gifts, she was sent on leave with immediate effect from her post as permanent Secretary of the Labor Ministry. The U.S. says Ms. Thomas misused her position to influence the award of official contract bills and the approval processes for weapons permits and passports on behalf of Mohammed's enterprise. President Irfan Ali told State TV that government has asked the U.S. to send information about the businessman and the permanent secretary.
I have engaged the United States Ambassador to share all information with us so that our local agency can have that information. And she has endeavored to make the request to have all the information that they're in possession shared with us so that we can have the local agencies look at that information.
Belize Police Commissioner Chester Williams has announced increased police presence in communities where a flare-up of gang violence has reached a hospital and a number of businesses. In one incident, gang members reportedly rushed a hospital emergency room in which there was a prominent gang figure who had been shot in the abdomen. Hospital sources say the gang members threatened the doctors while insisting that the injured man should be treated immediately and his life saved. Commissioner Williams has been reaching out to the hospital authorities.
One is to meet with the hospital authority. I really want to hear from them what their concerns and issues are moving forward. And I want us to be able to develop a protocol in terms of how the police is going to respond to incidents at the hospital, and how the police will respond when they take a shooting victim to the hospital who may be a gang member.
Meanwhile, police reports also indicate that 12 businesses have been robbed in recent months in the twin towns of San Ignacio and Santa Elena. Commissioner Williams has also been seeking to address their security concerns.
From the concerns raised is that the business community are very fearful and businesses are closing down and these sort of things. So I want to hear from them to get what their concerns are, and then we are going to see how best we can address those concerns to allay the fear that they may have in terms of doing business in San Ignacio.
As Russian warships arrive in Cuba today, the United States says its military is shadowing vessels as they pass off the coast of Florida. The vessels are due to spend several days in Cuba. They'll then move on to Venezuela, another friendly nation in the hemisphere. The Guyana government says its allies are also paying close attention to the Russian warships. The Nicolas Maduro administration has been using its claim to Guyana's Essequibo region as a campaign tool ahead of next month's general election.
Trinidad and Tobago is planning to become a major refueling depot for cruise ships in the Caribbean. Energy Minister Stuart Young made the announcement at the Caribbean Renewable Energy Conference.
We are going ahead with it to become the bunkering hub where we can provide methanol refueling as well as LNG refueling here in Trinidad and Tobago for these massive cruise liners that are moving towards cleaner fuel.
Elsewhere in the Caribbean, Haiti has formed a new government tasked with trying to restore security and stability in the gang violence-ravaged country.
Several Caribbean leaders are down to make presentations at the third edition of the Afro-Caribbean Trade and Investment Forum, which opens today in Nassau, Bahamas.
Ireland-based wave energy technology firm Sea-Based Limited intends to build a wave power park of around 10 megawatts in support of Barbados' effort to advance green hydrogen research and development.
And before we go, a reminder that the West Indies continue their World Cup cricket campaign tonight with a big clash against New Zealand at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy in Trinidad and Tobago. This has been the morning edition from the Caribbean News Desk. You may contact us by phone or WhatsApp at +592 700 9293. Thanks for listening.